Hey guys, this is UBR Tech. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be reviewing the FN 509 Compact Tactical Handgun. Before we get started, I would like to ask everybody to please subscribe. Every subscriber helps the channel grow. I would also like to notate one thing, and that is this review is based off of the gun itself without the compensator. Now that we got that out of the way, let's get on with the review. So what we're going to do is, as usual, we're going to start from front to back. And let's start off with the barrel. FN is known for making really good barrels, so it would make sense that they put a really good barrel in this pistol. They put a 4.32 inch cold hammered forged stainless steel barrel with a 1 in 10 twist in this pistol. It also has a recessed target crown, which will help you get better accuracy, polished chamber and feed ramp. The threads on this barrel are 1/2 by 28. It also comes with a thread protector. And the thread protector has an O-ring in there, so this way it doesn't come loose when shooting. This pistol comes with a 1913 accessory rail right here. It also comes with 2 recoil springs, one yellow that is 22 pounds, and one that's silver, which is the one in this bag, is 17 pounds. FN says that the silver recoil spring is optimized for duty, self-defense, and other standard powered ammo, while the yellow is a reduced force spring that is optimized to use with all types of ammo. It has forward slanted slide serrations. They are nice and deep, and they provide plenty of grip, so you could do a press check or you could just rack the slide. Speaking of the slide, it has a nitrated finish, which will make it resistant to corrosion and wear. It has suppressor height sights, and they are Trijicon 3-dot green trinium night sights to be exact. I really like this sight picture. It's like a little bit easier to pick up that front sight because it's bigger and it's also brighter than the rear sights. I also like that you could co-witness the iron sights with your red dot. That is very important to me. Speaking of the sights, it also comes with this optics plate, and this optics plate serves 2 purposes. One, it's going to be your optics plate if you're not going to run a red dot, but also these 2 ears right here, they protect the rear sight. So this way, if you're going to, let's say, rack the slide off of, like, let's say your belt or your boot, then these 2 will take the brunt and not the rear sights. They also have serrations right here, so this way it gives you a little bit more grip when you're doing that. So the other thing that's really cool is that it comes with this list of all the optics that it's compatible with. And not only will it give you this list, but it also comes with all the plates that are needed to mount these red dots. So it basically gives you all the configurations on how to set up each one, and it's really simple and awesome because it comes with everything. You don't have to go out and buy anything extra, which I thought was a very nice touch. So FN has also included a optics mounting system with this handgun, and what that is you don't have to add any type of Loctite when installing your red dot. And even though you're not adding any Loctite, the screws shouldn't back out while shooting. And so far I could say that this is true because I've had this on there ever since I got it, and they just haven't backed out. Everything is still really solid and nothing's loose. So that to me is really cool. I really like that. So the next thing to talk about is the loaded chamber indicator. And if you watched a lot of my reviews, you know I like a physical loaded chamber indicator, and this has that. When this part is pushed in, then you can rub your finger over it and you can tell that there's a round in the chamber. I just have a snap cap in there, but when it's not, you can see it's flush with the slide. So that's how you would tell whether you had a round inside the chamber or not. So the reason why I like a physical chamber indicator is because if you're in complete darkness, all you had to do is feel this area right here, and then you know if there is a round in the chamber or not. So this gun has a lot of ambi features. So the slide lock is on both sides, and the mag release is on both sides as well. So they added this slide lock guard to help from actuating the slide lock while shooting, and I think that's a really nice touch. So now let's talk about the mag release. This mag release is good and bad. Good because it's large enough to hit, you're not going to miss it, you're going to be able to drop that mag. The problem here is that because it's ambi and it's on both sides, if I have my natural grip on it, and then let's say I open my hands up and try to push that button in, so this way I could drop the mag, the button is also being pushed right into my hand on this side, which is preventing me from pushing this all the way in and dropping that mag. So instead of me just opening up my hand and pushing the button in, I would actually have to open my hand up and reposition it a lot more than normal to get that mag to drop. It's not a deal breaker. I would just have to retrain myself so this way I know to open my hand, put my ring finger over here, and then this way I can drop that mag. That's just something I wanted to point out so this way you are aware of it before you purchase. And that could be a deal breaker for you. The 509 also comes with an extra back strap, so if you don't want this bump over here, you could put this on and it'll be a less of a bump. And if, let's say, you have smaller hands, this might be a better grip for you versus the one that comes on the pistol. It also has these two cutouts right here and here. So this way, in case, like, let's say you had a jam, you can grab here and you can yank that magazine out of there. The package that I purchased comes with a 12-round magazine, a 15-round magazine, and a whopping 24-round magazine. Most people, when I show them this magazine that it came with, they laugh, but then they love it. And same thing for me. Like, I actually love this magazine. I really like shooting with it. It's really nice. It's gigantic. It just looks cool. Most people aren't going to conceal carry with this magazine. It's mainly something for me to either take pictures and put on Instagram, or just to go to the range and just load this thing up and have fun. The one weird thing is with this magazine, which is the 15-round mag, when I shoot this gun with this magazine, I don't know, it's got to be my grip, it's got to be my issue. I'm not sure if anybody else has this, but when I shoot this gun, every once in a while, the magazine and then the grip of the gun like pinch my finger. And it's not all the time, and just once in a while it happens, but it's only with the 15-rounder. So it's not really a deal breaker. I just wanted to make sure I pointed it out so this way you're aware of it. Even if, let's say, it was happening to you, maybe you could reposition your grip or something like that. And again, it doesn't happen every single time I shoot the gun with this mag. It's every once in a while. So the trigger here is a hinge design. As you can see, this is the safety. That little piece moves every time I push this. If I was to push the trigger here, I could not fire the gun because you have to push this in order for the trigger to be pressed all the way. FN says that trigger pull will be between 5.5 and 7.5 pounds. My trigger pulls at 4.6 pounds. Yes, there's nothing in here. So the one thing that I can note about this is that the trigger is very gritty. See how you're just getting caught? It's just not smooth. So it's, again, the best description is that it's gritty. One of my subscribers, his name's AJ, he said that he rented one of these at his local gun range, and he said that it had thousands of rounds through it. And he told me that the trigger felt really smooth. So I'm assuming over time that the trigger will smooth out. Okay, so now let's go to the trigger. So when you pull, you're gonna get a gritty, short uptake, and then you hit a defined wall with a nice break. No over travel that I can feel. And a short, tactical, but audible reset. Let's do that one more time. So pulling back, again, it's gritty. You get a short uptake until you hit that defined wall, and then it is a crisp break. Yep, and it's a short reset. If you're the kind of shooter that likes to take your time and pull that trigger nice and slow, well, you're gonna feel that grit the entire way, and that could bother you a lot. But also, from what I'm hearing, it should smooth out over time. I have to make sure I tell you this too. In FN's manual for this pistol, it says that you shouldn't dry fire this gun without a snap cap. It actually says that if you dry fire without any type of snap caps or dummy round, that you do run the risk of breaking your striker. These are snap caps. It's just a dummy round. Basically, you put it in the chamber, the firing pin will hit this instead of hitting nothing. Something else to talk about is when you're trying to field strip your 509. In order to take the slide off, you're going to have to pull the trigger. Now again, for me, that's not a deal breaker, but I know for some people it's a big deal, and that's why I note it in these reviews. So now let's talk about size and weight. The weight is 26.2 ounces. The barrel length is 4.32 inches. Overall length is 7.4. Height is 5.3. Width is 1.35. And the sight radius is 5.6 inches. When you look at the grip texture here, it looks very aggressive. And when I first saw the pictures, I was thinking I might not like the grip texture, but I actually really like the way this feels in your hand. It's not too aggressive, but it's aggressive enough where if your hands are wet or if you just put lotion on or something like that, it's really not going to be jumping around in your hand while firing it. The grip angle here is sort of like a Smith & Wesson M&P or a 1911. It also has a large trigger guard right here, so it should accommodate wearing gloves. So now let's talk about how it feels to shoot. The recoil isn't too snappy and it's not really soft. It feels like your normal 9mm pistol recoil. It's accurate and easy to shoot. This is one of the targets that I've shot with this pistol the last time I went. This was from 25 feet away. It's really accurate. It's super easy to shoot. As far as reliability, I've only had one hang up, and that was around not chambering properly, but I think that was more or less something with the reloads that I was using. I've put over 600 rounds through it, shot 115, 124, 147 grain factory, and some reloads. I also haven't cleaned this or lubed the handgun since I've gotten it, and it still ran great. So now let's go over the positives and the negatives of the 509 Compact Tactical. So the good things to note, the handgun comes with a lot of high-end features. Cold hammered forged stainless steel threaded barrel, Trijicon suppressor, 3-dot green tritium night sights. It comes with a 12, 15, 24 round mag, red dot ready, low optics cut to co-witness and don't have to use Loctite, sight protecting slide cap, and it just looks awesome, just to mention a few. And to be honest, there really aren't that many negative things to say about this pistol. The trigger is really gritty, but I feel like that's going to smooth out over time. You have to use snap caps to dry fire it. The ambi magazine button prevents me from dropping the mag easily. But honestly, those are the only three things that I can think of that could be considered a negative. So basically, the large list of positives outweigh the few negatives. That's why the FN 509 Compact Tactical scores an 8.0. If you thought the video was helpful, please give it a big thumbs up. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Every subscriber helps the channel grow. Thanks for watching my video, and I'll see you in the next one.